we do minimally invasive neurosurgery, which is we go through the vessels to read the vessels of the brain. So this is called endovascular neurosurgery. And the first steps of a brain procedure is to go up and do an assessment, which is the cerebral angiogram. We did for the first time a remote robotic cerebral angiogram. So I was at St. Joe's Hospital, 10 kilometers away from here, St. Michael's. My team was here, Nicole Cancelleri, robotic technologist, and one of my fellows. They did got the growing access, so we put a short sheath into the artery, and then from there I took over and remotely I navigated the catheter all the way down to the neck, and I injected contrast and did an assessment of the brain in 2 patients. There is a robot that is connected to a catheter that is actually inside the patient, and I control everything on the robot. The robot doesn't do anything by itself, but the robot is a catheter that is steerable. The next step of this field is to evolve to go to the next phase, which are performing treatments using the robots or this or other robots as well. We are setting up the program to have Sault Ste. Marie, probably our next hospital, to implement a remote robotic system.
We know in stroke that time is brain. It's a mechanical thrombectomy. They're taking the blood clot out of the large vessel of the brain that's causing the acute stroke. The more that we can reduce that time to the patient getting this intervention, the better the outcomes we think will be. We know for the patient, speeding that up is better for the patient. So right now they're transferred to Sudbury. The possibility of having this locally would mean that these patients don't have to be transferred out of our community. I think it's will be groundbreaking for our patients here. In terms of course, patient care. Again, getting back to time is brain. So we're increasing the speed to these patients getting this life-saving procedure done here.
A little tubular device that goes up and it kind of just cinches the clot and we pull it out. A very safe procedure, when you do it hands-on here. It's a very safe and very easy procedure. And that's one of the reasons why this is kind of a perfect thing to do for a robot, because it's so safe in the human hands. There's very little that can go haywire. And same with the robot. If you're controlling the robot properly, it should be very straightforward. What's going to be the difference between somebody being paralyzed and dysarthric, not able to speak, compared to somebody walking out of the hospital 2 or 3 days later? I think an optimistic timeline would be this time next year to start with patients on the table. Probably a pessimistic one would probably be in the first quarter of 2027.